Hello, I am Ridinath PV, MSc Food Technology first year student. Here I am going to present my topic on a clinical test for nutraceutical and health food. Let's look the content of this PPT. First one, nutraceutical and health food definition. Benefits of clinical trial of nutraceutical and health food. Clinical test for nutraceutical and health food. What is single blind placebo test? What is double blind placebo test? Preclinical steps for nutraceutical and health food. Clinical steps for nutraceutical and health food. Basic law for clinical testing of nutraceutical and health food. Case study for human body effect of nutraceutical and health food. Indian law regarding clinical test of nutraceutical and health food. First, we look what is nutraceutical and health food. A nutraceutical is defined as any substance that is a food or part of food provide medical or health benefit, including the prevention and treatment of disease. Healthy food is a food that gives you all nutrients you need to stay healthy, feel well, and have plenty of energy. First look, benefits of clinical trial of nutraceutical and health food. Clinical trials can help sponsors to meet this requirement by providing proof of a nutraceutical performance. A trial evaluates the safety, efficiency, and bioavailability of nutraceuticals, the latter of which measures the extent and rate at which the nutraceutical is absorbed into the body. The focus of a trial can include disease modification, disease recovery, and other endpoints based on various biomarkers. Meanwhile, trials that incorporate a dosage performance assessment can also test whether a dietary supplement tablet or liquid gel capsule can disintegrate in the stomach and release its content. Next, clinical test for nutraceutical and health food. Clinical tests of a nutraceutical typically involve randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies that are designed to evaluate the safety and efficiency of this product. Overall, clinical tests of nutraceutical aim to provide scientific evidence to support use of this product for specific health conditions, as well as identify any potential risk or side effect. Let's look some common clinical tests of nutraceutical. Pharmacokinetic studies. These studies assess how the body absorbs, distributes, metabolizes, and excretes the active compound in nutraceutical dose ranging study. This study evaluates the optimal dosage of nutraceutical that provide the most benefit with few side effects. Safety study. These studies assess the safety of nutraceutical in human, including any advisory effect or interaction with the other drug. Efficacy studies. These studies evaluate the efficiency of nutraceutical in treating a specific condition or improving a particular aspect of health. Long-term study. This study assesses the long-term safety and efficiency of nutraceutical over an extended period of time. What is single blind placebo test? A blind placebo-controlled trial is a type of clinical trial in which the participants are blinded to treat they are receiving. But the research know which participants are receiving the treatment and which are receiving a placebo. This type of trial is commonly used to evaluate the safety and efficiency of nutraceutical and health food. In a single blind placebo controlled trial of nutraceutical and health food, participants are randomly assigned to receive their nutraceutical placebo. The nutraceutical and placebo are designed to look and taste the same, so that participants cannot tell which one they are receiving. The trial is single blind because the participants are not told whether they are receiving the nutraceutical or the placebo. However, the research who administer the treatment and monitor the participant are aware of which participant are receiving which treatment. Throughout the trial, safety and efficiency are monitored through various measures such as laboratory assessment, physical exam, and assessment of symptoms. The data is then analyzed using appropriate statistical method to determine the safety and efficiency of nutraceutical health food. Single-blind placebo-controlled trials are considered to be high-quality study design because they can help to minimize and provide strong evidence of the safety and efficiency of nutraceutical health food. However, it is important to note that additional studies may be needed to confirm the result of single trial and to determine the long-term effect of the treatment. Let's look. What is double-blind placebo test? A double-blind placebo-controlled trial is a type of clinical trial in which both the participant and researchers are blinded to the treatment that the participant are receiving. This type of trial is commonly used to evaluate the safety and efficiency of nutraceutical and health food. In double placebo controlled trials of nutraceutical food, participants are randomly assigned to receive their nutraceutical placebo. The nutraceutical and placebo are designed to look at the same, the taste the same, so that neither the participant or research can tell which treatment the participant are receiving. The trial is double blind, because both participant and research are blinded to treatment. This helps to minimize bias and ensure that the results of trial are objective. Throughout the trial, safety and efficiency are monitored through various measures: laboratory tests, physical tests, assessment of symptoms. The data is then analyzed using appropriate statistical method to determine the safety and efficiency of nutraceutical or health food. Double-blind placebo-controlled trials are considered to be high-quality study designing because they provide strong evidence of safety and efficiency of a nutraceutical health food. However, it is important to note that additional studies may be needed to confirm the result of single trial and determine the long-term effect of the treatment. Let's look preclinical steps for nutraceutical and food. First one is initial screening. Nutraceuticals are initially screened into in vitro, evaluate their potential bioactivity, toxicity, and chemical stability. This involves tests such as cell culture assay and chemical analysis. Animal study. Once initially screening is completed, animal studies are conducted to evaluate the safety and potential efficiency of nutraceuticals. These studies may include acute toxicity studies, subchronic toxicity study, and pharmacokinetic study to evaluate the absorption and distribution of metabolism and excretion of the nutraceutical. Second one is dosage determination. In animal study, the effective dosage range is determined to establish a safe and effective dosage range for human. Formulation optimization. During preclinical tests, the formulation of nutraceutical may be optimized to enhance its bioavailability, stability, and efficiency. Regulatory compliance. Throughout preclinical tests, regulatory compliance is ensured by following guidelines for good laboratory practice. Safety assessment. The preclinical steps of nutraceutical aim to ensure the safety of the product, which involve testing of for potential adverse effects such as toxicity or mutagenicity. Data analysis and interpretation. Preclinical test results are analyzed and interpreted to determine safety and potential efficiency of nutraceutical. It is important to note that regulations and guidelines may vary by jurisdiction, and it is important to consult with relevant regulatory authorities and seek the advice of qualified professionals before conducting preclinical tests of nutraceuticals. Clinical steps for nutraceutical and health food. Clinical trials are conducted to evaluate the safety and efficiency of nutraceuticals in humans. The following are some of the key steps involved in the clinical steps of nutraceutical. First one, study design. Clinical trials are designed to evaluate the safety and efficiency of a nutraceutical. This involves defining the study objectives, selecting appropriate endpoint, determining the sample size and study duration. Participant selection. Participants are selected based on inclusion and exclusion criteria, which may include age, sex, medical history, and other factors. Informed consent is obtained from participants before trial begins. Randomization and blinding. To minimize bias, participants are randomly assigned to treatment or control group, and the trial may be double blind, meaning that neither the participant nor the research know which group is receiving the nutraceutical. Treatment and control group. Participants in the treatment group receive the nutraceutical, while those in control group receive a placebo or comparator product. Safety monitor. During this trial, safety is monitored by recording adverse events and serious adverse events. Participants may also undergo laboratory tests and physical exam to monitor their health status. Efficiency assessment. The efficiency of the nutraceutical is assessed by measuring the primary and secondary endpoint, which may include biomarkers, clinical outcomes, or quality of life measures. Data analysis. The trial data is analyzed using appropriate statistical method to determine safety and efficiency of nutraceutical. Reporting and publication. The trial results are reported in transparent manner and may be published in peer review scientific journal. Basic law for clinical testing of nutraceutical and health food. Some general principles and guidelines that are commonly followed in clinical testing of nutraceutical and health food, including: first one, informed consent. Participants must give their informed consent before taking part in a clinical trial. This means they must be fully informed about the potential risk and benefits of the participating in trial and must be free to choose whether or not take part. Ethical consideration. Clinical trial must be designed and conducted in an ethical manner, which consideration give to well-being of the participant. This include minimizing any potential risk to participant and ensuring that they are benefit outweighing the risk. Study design. Clinical trial must be designed to ensure the result are scientific and valid and reliable. This include using appropriate control, randomization, and blinding to minimize biosafety monitoring. Clinical trial must have a procedure in place to monitor the safety of participants and to respond prominently to any adverse event. Data integrity. Clinical trial data must be accurate and reliable and must be analyzed using appropriate statistical method. Regulatory compliance. Clinical trials must be compliant with any relevant regulatory requirement and guidelines. Transparency. The result of the clinical trial must be reported in transparent manner with all data and method are disclosed. Let's look case studies for human body effect of nutraceutical and health food. There is a growing baby on research on the potential effect of nutraceuticals and health food on the here few example of case studies. Omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-3 fatty acids are a type of a nutraceutical found in fish, nuts, and seed. A clinical trial found that supplement with omega-3 fatty acids reduce the risk of cardiac event in patients with history of heart disease. Same probiotic are beneficial bacteria found in fermented food, as you all know. A study found that daily supplementation with probiotic reduced the risk of upper respiratory tract infection in healthy adult. As same vitamin D, which reduce the risk of fall and fracture of older adults. Curcumin in study improved system of depression in patient with major depressive disorder. Green tea. As you know, green tea has many health benefit uh, and it reduces cardiovascular disease, all cause mortality in Japanese population. Let's look Indian law regarding clinical test of nutraceutical and health food. In India, the regulation of clinical testing of nutraceutical and health food fall under the purview of the Food Safety Standard Authority of India, that is FSSI, and the Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR). The following are some of the key laws and regulations governing clinical test of nutraceutical and health food in India. First one, Food Safety and Standard Act 2006. This is the primary law governing food safety in India. The law test standard for food product including nutraceutical health and provide the regulation, manufacturing, storage, distribution, and sale. Food Safety and Standard Nutraceutical Regulation 2016. This regulation provides a regulatory framework for the manufacture, import, distribution, and sale of nutraceutical in India. The regulation also provides guidelines for clinical trials of nutraceuticals and require compliances with good clinical practical guidelines. Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) Ethnical Guidelines for Biomedical Research on Human Participant 2017. This guideline provides a framework for the ethical conduct of biomedical research on human participant, including clinical trial of nutraceutical and health food. Drug and Cosmetic Act 1940. This law regulates the important manufacture, distribution, and sales of drugs, cosmetics in India. Clinical trials of nutraceutical food may be subjected to this provision of this law. Good clinical practice (GCP) guidelines. The guidelines provide an international ethical and scientific quality standard for design, conduct, recording, and reporting of clinical trial involving human subjects. Compliances with GCP guidelines is required for clinical trial of nutraceutical and health food in India. It is important to note that these laws and regulations may be subject to revision as new scientific advice emerges and research conducted in clinical trial of nutraceutical and health food in India should consult the latest guidelines from FSSI and other relevant laboratory authorities. These are my references. Thank you.